Hi guys, welcome back to this retro Manchester City save for episode 33. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have two massive home games against Liverpool in the Premier League and then Juventus in the Champions League. As you can see by our form, it started off really poorly. We did well against Steaua Bucharest and Leicester, getting two clean sheets in the process. We then beat Sunderland in the Cup, and then for the first time in this series, we managed to beat Manchester United with a last-minute goal from Andy Cole. We then won 1-0 away at Feyenoord in the Champions League as well, so it's 2 from 2 in the European competition at the moment. We then came back into the Premier League with a bump and lost away at Middlesbrough. Our poor form against them continues, so that is a team that we're really struggling to get the better of. And since then, we've had an international break pre this Liverpool game. We've really been struggling with injuries, but I'm hoping that we can still put out a strong squad and we can try and lift ourselves up a little bit in the Premier League table. We're currently sat in 14th place because of that rough start that we had, but hopefully, as time goes on, we will do better. But as you can see, in terms of injuries, Calcourt, Heskey, Sinclair, Duff, and Humphreys are all out of this game, and Craddock and Petrov have only just come back to fitness. But hopefully, they shouldn't be very long in the making for coming back from those injury layoffs. So for this game against Liverpool, we've got Weaver in goal, Ashley Cole, Gareth Barrett, Mark Smith and Sanya at the back, Yaya Toure and Lampard the midfield pairing, with Bellamy, Murphy and Wright Phillips in behind Andy Cole. Andy Cole is still struggling to get on the score sheet, but he did get that vital goal against Manchester United. So I'm remaining patient with him for the time being, and we'll see how he gets on. Obviously, with the injuries to Calcourt and Emil Heskey, we've not really got many other options, and the other main option we do have is Kevin Davis, who we have transfer listed at the moment. He's really struggled since signing for the most part, and he's not playing well when he has played. So he's a player that I am potentially looking to try and sell when it comes to the January transfer window. Well, as you can see so far in the opening 10 minutes, we've just had our first shot, and it's a very dull game at the moment. Possession is largely in Liverpool's favour, but hopefully we can just tighten things up after that Liverpool game that we had before the international break, and just try and be a bit more solid defensively. I think we've struggled in that manner so far this season. The rotation of goalkeepers has seen Nicky Weaver do a bit better than Shay Given, our new signing, so hopefully if we stick with one or the other. Obviously we've got a lot of cup games coming, so we need to have that balance in terms of goalkeepers as well. But as such, at the moment, we've still not had a highlight for this game, and we're into 35 minutes gone here. Yaya Toure has got a corner now. He whips it in toward the far post. Gareth Barry's there and he's hit the post. It's cleared away. Yaya Toure gets back onto it and finds Craig Bellamy. The chance is still on potentially. Ashley Cole just holds on to it and the highlight finishes there. But we potentially have an opportunity if we can win possession back here. Steve McManaman into Deisler. Michael Ball in loads of space there, and he's played it out wide to Patrick Berger. Patrick Berger into Vereles. Now Patrick Berger again. Michael Owens making the run through the centre. We've got to keep an eye on him. He is their informed striker with 7 goals so far already this season in 11 in all competitions. Gerrard over the top, and there is Michael Owen, and he scores. Just as I was talking about him, he puts it in here. There's a hint of offside about it. I don't think he was. I think it was a perfectly good goal, to be honest. If it's disallowed, great, but it won't be. Yep, the goal's been awarded. It's 1-0 to Liverpool, just as I was talking about Michael Owen and linking with Steven Gerrard, and they get that goal. And as such, it looks like our poor form in the Premier League is set to continue, despite that win against 10-men Leicester and improving as well to beat Manchester United. We've been poor, and it's a bit of a concern, to be honest. I'm not really sure what to say to the players. It's a tough one, really, because Liverpool aren't doing too well either, and I feel like the team that we have is good enough to compete against these teams at the moment. Yes, it's a young team, but they've got time to develop, and we should be doing better than this, considering we finished top 4 last season. We have to be doing better. Leonardo with a delivery there. Weaver does well to claim. Don't kick it long. Don't kick it long. He kicks it long. Here's Andy Cole. He does well to win the header though, and now Craig Bellamy holds on to it just about. Ashley Cole now looks over the top. Andy Cole couldn't quite get onto it. Neither can Bellamy, and Steve McManaman gets onto it and finds Deisler. And now Nielsen into Michael Ball. Steven Gerrard back to Simic. They've calmed it down quite a lot now, Liverpool here. And it's played over the top, and Barry does superbly to beat Michael Owen to the ball there. Michael Owen is very, very quick in game. Lampard with a brilliant ball over the top here for Sean Wright-Phillips. He has support if he can find it. He's been brought down, I think, here by Melito. And a penalty has been awarded here. I'm not entirely sure who got to the ball first, but it looks potentially like we're going to have a penalty here. Our penalty form isn't great, it has to be said. Danny Murphy's going to take the penalty. It has been awarded against his former club. Danny Murphy, can he bring us back level here? No, he can't. Nielsen makes the save. Our penalty woes continue, and that is going to be the biggest chance that we'll get in this game, and we've failed to take it. Yaya Toure from the resulting corner whips it into the far post. It's headed away by Melito. Barry back in. Headed away by Gerrard. Smith back in. Headed away by Michael Ball this time. And now it's Ashley Cole. Mark Smith. And the highlight finishes. Danny Murphy missing another penalty. Unfortunately, he is one of the best penalty takers at the club, so there's not a lot we can do about it. And a number of our other penalty takers that we tend to use are injured, so there's not really a lot we can do. Here's Melito. Leonardo. Good tackle there by Bakary Sagna. He needs support though if he's going to keep hold of possession. Does well finding Frank Lampard. Now Sean Wright-Phillips down this right hand side. He needs to whip it in. And he does well to find Danny Murphy, but Simic gets it away. But it's just as far as the fullback, and Danny Murphy. We're going to make some substitutions here. We've certainly grown in the game, but for Danny Murphy to be on that level of performance is shocking. We're going to bring Kevin Davis on and move him out to wide right. Sean Wright-Phillips we're going to bring off as well, and we're going to give an opportunity to Martin Petrov, who's just come back from injury and he's yet to play for the first team, but he's got an opportunity here to make his debut. Marc-Vivien Foé is just a holding midfielder at the moment, but I've not really got the option to change for Frank Lampard or Yaya Toure at the moment, so he has been filling in there. And in terms of defence, I'm not really sure what to do. It's a difficult one at the moment. We'll just make the two changes for now. Murphy and Wright-Phillips off. And hopefully we can get back into this game. We've looked reasonable at times, but again, we're just not finding that end product. And it was the same against Middlesbrough. We looked strong against them, but we didn't find that end product. Here's Simic into Jamie Redknapp. Out wide to Ibarra. Ashley Cole does well to win possession. Plays it back to Gareth Barry. Now Frank Lampard. Looks over the top. Andy Cole couldn't get there. Simic clears to Ibarra. Back into Simic. Now Steven Gerrard. Jamie Redknapp to Michael Owen. Barry gets onto it. Kevin Davis over the top here for Andy Cole. Brilliant opportunity. And Andy Cole scores. We've got our equaliser. Andy Cole, with his second of the season, he seems to enjoy playing against the bigger sides. Scoring against United and then scoring his second goal here against Liverpool. Really good stuff. Big positive there for him. And we could be in line for a huge point if we can carry on in this manner. Craig Bellamy is struggling for fitness, but we are a little bit short on options. I think what I'm going to try and do, I'm going to move Frank Lampard further forward, and we'll bring Marc-Vivien Foé on in that midfield role. And hopefully Lampard's struggling for fitness as well, so he's going to have to come off. And we'll bring Scott Parker on in that playmaker role. Hopefully he can do some damage in our favour. And defensively we're not looking too bad, so we'll just leave it there for now, and hopefully we can hold on here. Yaya Toure with a free kick toward the far post, and there's the header. It's off the crossbar, and it's fallen to Marc-Vivien Foé. It's his first goal for the club. What a moment that is. 2-1 up now. Brilliant stuff from Yaya Toure with the free kick in the first place. Marc-Vivien Foé attacking the ball there on the rebound. We have a 2-1 lead here against Liverpool, and considering the way things went against Middlesbrough, I wasn't expecting this. Hopefully we can hold on for the 3 points. And that is a massive win in the Premier League. What a result. Brilliant stuff from the boys. Kevin Davis with an assist as well. That is the best performance I've seen from him for quite some time. And that is a huge, huge result for us. Andy Cole with one of the goals as well. Really big positive there, and we have a 2-1 win, and we move up to 10 points here. And after 8 games, I like to have a threshold where we always on more points than games, which is always useful. That 3 points has certainly given us that level now, and we're not miles away from that top 7. We want to be in the top half by the end of the season. That is the target set by the board, to finish in the top half of the table. Hopefully we can do that, and with all the extra competitions, especially with the Champions League, it's going to be a tough ask, but I am hopeful that we can manage to finish in the top half of the Premier League this season. If we qualify for Europe again, then again, that is a brilliant achievement. So hopefully we will be able to really focus and push on. What a result that is, to be beating Liverpool, and now we've got just as tough, if not a tougher, game coming up against Juventus. And I will just play through because we were only a couple of days out. As you can see, the game is on the Tuesday, so hopefully it shouldn't take too long to get through to it. This is a Juventus team that are in very good form themselves, and I mean, it's Juventus. They've always had a strong team, and especially at this time. Um, I mean, obviously we're into the 5th season now, so they may have had a massive squad changeover. I'm really not sure. We'll have to have a look when it comes to it. But obviously the likes of Alessandro Del Piero were playing for Juventus at that time, so as well as the likes of Pavel Nedved, and I know for a fact that they've signed Patrick Vieira from Arsenal um, recently in game, and they made another big signing as well. I recall, I think it was Ronaldinho they signed as well. So they've really gone big. And for the 2 players from Arsenal, Ronaldinho and Patrick Vieira, they spent 270 million on both of them put together. So you can see how committed they are to be doing what they're doing. And what we'll do when we get up to the actual fixture, we'll have a look and see what that Juventus team looks like, and just to worry ourselves a little bit more, really, because again, I mean, the result itself against Liverpool was outstanding. The fact that we're even playing against teams like Juventus and Real Madrid here in the Champions League is a brilliant, brilliant experience for us as a club at the moment. We've done really well to get to the point we are in the space of 4.5 seasons, so hopefully we can give good account of ourselves and maybe even snatch a point. That is the best result, in my opinion, in this game. If we beat them, I'll be amazed, to be honest. So don't inform me again. So Sibierski's actually out on loan at the moment. He's not getting the amount of football that he wanted, but there's an option in that deal to make his move permanent if they wanted to. So again, he's got to be patient in that manner. And I just saw a little pop down there at the top of the screen. Barcelona want to renew Van Nistelrooy's contract, so they've signed him from PSV Eindhoven. So we're just about ready for the Juventus game, and let's just have a quick look at that squad that they have. We'll just start from the bottom. They've got Filippo Inzaghi, Alessandro Del Piero, Ronaldinho's in there. They bought Totti as well from Roma, Zinedine Zidane, Dani Alves, who's a central midfielder. I don't know if it's the actual right back Dani Alves, because he's a regen, of course. Edgar Davids, Xavi, they've signed. Patrick Vieira, Seedorf. Oh God, this is going to be a very difficult game, isn't it? And then defensively, they've got Melberg, Mertesacker, Alessandro Nesta in goal. They've got Peruzzi as their number 1 goalkeeper, and then they've got Dida as a backup goalkeeper. I mean, what a squad they've got. I'm not looking forward to this game all of a sudden, but hopefully we can give at least good account of ourselves and not get mulled, absolutely mullered here. If we get mullered, it'll be a big confidence dip. But we'll see how we get on. We've got Shea Given in goal with Hart, Barrett, Jagielka and Sanya, Torre and Lampard, Bellamy, Murphy and Davis in behind Andy Cole again. And hopefully we can just give a good solid performance. And we have got a lot of quality in this squad. But the lack of experience of some of these players in big matches like this could tell, and it could be extremely damaging, to be honest. Hopefully, we can get a good result, but I'm not holding out for much. A draw would be nice. Anything more than that is remarkable. And if we create a few chances, I'll be happy. So we'll see how we do as the game gets underway. And Totti has got a corner kick here, and he plays it to the far post, and Shea Given saves well from Filippo Inzaghi. And he has support rushing out as well, but he finds Jagielka in the penalty area. Now Bakary Sagna, Kevin Davis, Frank Lampard plays it back to Gareth Barry. Ian Hart now has support down the line, finds Craig Bellamy. Good turn by Bellamy. Still Bellamy, holding on to it well. Now Ian Hart down the left-hand side. A chance to get across in, and he does well. But Nesta clears, and Filippo Inzaghi's got around his man, and he's found Francesco Totti. And Totti, Sagna with a brilliant challenge there, but the chance is still there for Juventus with Patrick Vieira now. Plays it into Filippo Inzaghi, who turns, strikes, into the bottom corner. Shea Given had no chance, and our centre-back was too easily turned there. That is poor defending, in my opinion. We know how good Filippo Inzaghi used to be, and we need to be doing better than that. And it is 1-0 to Juventus. Not unsurprisingly, but I was hoping we'd hold out a little bit longer in the game than that. And Stockdale into Zidane. Del Piero to Patrick Vieira. Plays it forward. Seedorf is in behind now. And Ian Hart does well to clear. Only temporarily though, and this is Stockdale, the right back. Tackled by Bellamy. And again, they win it back immediately. And Zidane over the top. Big bundle in the penalty area, but Given managed to get it away. And it is all Juventus here. We are looking very, very fragile at the back at the moment. If it stays as it is, we're still in a good position where the Champions League standings are. But again, we've really got to make sure that we're not going to get absolutely battered here, because with the way the game's going, I do fear a heavy defeat at the moment. But here's Sagna into Kevin Davis. Sagna's making a run forward. We've got to make sure we don't lose the ball here. Yaya Toure to Danny Murphy. Switches it to the left-hand side here to Ian Hart. And Bellamy's in behind here. He has support in the penalty area, but Bellamy goes alone. And we have an equaliser here against Juventus. It's the first big chance that we've had. And Craig Bellamy is on the score sheet. It's 1-1. And what a moment that is for Bellamy. Scoring here in the Champions League against the side of Juventus' quality. And as you can see with the current Champions League table, the top 3 teams are all English teams, so that's saying something, isn't it, at the moment? Gareth Barry over the top. Andy Cole couldn't beat Nesta. Zidane to Seedorf now. Seedorf holds on to it. Plays it back again to Nesta. Now Zidane. Back to Nesta again. Patrick Vieira. Del Piero. Brilliant pass. Filippo Inzaghi. He very rarely makes a mistake from that area of the pitch, and he's done so again. He's put it in. It's 2-1, and Shea Given, I mean, by the looks of it, he didn't have a chance, but he's got to be at least giving better account of himself. He's actually on a 7.3 rating despite conceding 2 goals, but that didn't look like he was playing very well there, to be honest. It is all Juventus. I mean, look at the chances created. 9 shots on target from 14. They're only 2-1 up. And if this continues in the second half, I think it's going to be a massacre. Our midfield is getting completely bypassed at the moment as well. We've got a lot of work to do. And I mean, what can I say to them? You know, it's such a difficult game. We can go out and do the fans proud. I mean, in a game like this where we're expected to lose and lose badly, it's very difficult to encourage players. And we've got a number of players that aren't playing very well as well, but they're not getting the ball either. We're going to bring Marc-Vivien Foé on in central midfield. Bellamy is going to come off as well for Richie Humphries, who's back from injury. I mean, everybody needs to come off really because they're all having a poor game, but that's just the quality of Juventus. Defensively, we've not been horrific, bizarrely. Oh, dearie me, I'm not really sure how to go about this. I'm going to bring Wright Phillips on for Kevin Davis. And I'm going to have to leave it at that for now, I think. And Jagielka is in possession for us here. And he plays it wide right to Bakary Sagna. And he's got support ahead of him, but Lucio intercepted. And here come Juventus again with Inzaghi. Good tackle though. Jagielka does well. And lays it down the line for Kevin Davis again. This time he tries to play it in. It's fallen here for Lampard, who finds Bellamy, and it's 2-2. Is he onside? Is he onside? Fractional offside potential. VAR are checking. It's been disallowed. Oh, that is gutting. Craig Bellamy so close to equalising there. We've had to take him off anyway because he's just running out of steam. And a couple of our defenders are running out of steam here as well. And I have no idea what I've just done here. Shorten that up again, I think. No, let's have a look. Right, Bakary Sagna's going to have to come off for Danny Mills. Gareth Barry's going to have to come off as well for Mark Smith. And that is going to be it for our substitutions. And hopefully we can scrape back into this game. They've not created too much in the second half, Juventus. Saying that as a team, we've not created anything at all, pretty much. We're going to demand a little bit more because I think we're in a position where we could potentially salvage a draw. But I mean, the team's shattered. With the rules and regulations for squad registration in the Champions League, a lot of our players are playing in very quick succession, and it's really been a struggle at times. And hopefully we can get on well here. It's Mark Smith. Finds Ian Hart, inside to Vivian Foe, who holds on to it nicely. Now Lampard looks over the top. Andy Cole didn't read the ball, didn't make the run, and Melberg clears to Vieira. Now Totti holds on to Montero now. Here's Nesta. And this looks like it could be a throw of the dice here. Danny Mills clears, but only to Liliano. And this looks like it could mean a third goal for Inzaghi. It's a brilliant effort, but it just goes wide of the post. Given had it looked to have it covered as well. And we have a couple of minutes left. Hopefully we can create something. We've just got to be careful in possession. Wright Phillips is free down the right hand side. Lampard, brilliant pass over the top. Oh, it's hit the back of Wright Phillips. That is so unlucky. And now Inzaghi's in behind Jagielka in terms of the response. And Given somehow makes the save. That was so unlucky. If it doesn't hit the back of Wright Phillips, he would have been through there. And we're going to suffer a 2-1 defeat. Those little tiny little things there, hint of offside for Bellamy, and that last chance there with Wright Phillips just hitting his back, that has potentially cost us a point here. But we did okay, and it was a very difficult game. But again, Danny Murphy, 5.9. Very poor performance from him again in that playmaker role. He's not been doing very well at all recently. But we've had 2 wins out of the 3, and a number of teams have already played 3 games as well down there. So I think we're in a good position. We've got some tough games to come, of course, but hopefully we will get another couple of wins and at least have a chance of playing in the playoff round. So looking forward, we've got games around there. So we've got 3 games left in this month. So if we go through November, I think what we'll try and do is let's have a look. See, I think we'll come back for Blackburn at home and Club Brugge at home, and then further on from that, I think it's potentially we'll miss the Vitesse game, and we'll probably come back later in December around the Chelsea Newcastle games maybe, because then we've got Real Madrid and Bayern Leverkusen in reasonably quick succession in the January window as well. So Madrid and Leverkusen might be a full episode, and we'll play Fulham off camera. So I think that's how we're going to work it for the time being. So until next time, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Like I say, we will come back for the Blackburn and Club Brugge games at home. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I will see you all next time. This is Big Will, signing away.